All right, everybody. Hey, we are live here at the Rio. We've got Antonio Esfandiari doing the clinic here for the World Series School of Poker. Antonio, some great information up there. One thing that I find fascinating is just how honest you are about these hands, whether they've gone your way or not. What are you trying to relay to everybody as you're going through this and presenting your opinions about what you've done?
I mean, I just feel that if people paid money to come here and learn how to play poker, right, and they've paid essentially for me to teach them, how can I sleep at night if I don't give them my honest, thought process on hands? So that's really what it comes down to. It's like paying for a product. If you buy an Audi, you want it to drive well, right? So today they paid for an Antonio, and I want to give them the best version of me possible, because otherwise I feel like I would be cheating them.
What are the points that you're trying to get across here to everybody just to get things going? Obviously, it's going to be a long day for everyone, but what are some of the things that you're trying to establish as a foundation to start this thing off?
Well, I feel that people tend to learn better when, people. I'm not a great poker coach by any means, but I feel that people learn better by watching actual hands and then discussing why someone did what they did. And so what we've done is we've taken a bunch of hands that I played on poker tournaments on TV, and we play them, and then I go through my thought process, and then there's a bunch of questions and Q&A and all this stuff, and then we just talk about the hand. And I kind of explain from my perspective why I did what I did. Sometimes I'm a donkey, and I tell them I was a donkey in this spot, and sometimes I make a genius play, and I'm like, well, I think that was, a good play on my part. So
yeah, and some of these hands that I've watched you explain up here, you're playing against Phil, you're playing against Jennifer, and obviously people that are really good friends of yours. What advice would you give to people when they're playing against friends that they're so familiar with and get along with so well? Because sometimes someone who's not a professional can't separate that. How do you do it?
I would say punish, because poker is, it's a game that you can't play for nothing, right? There's no fun in poker unless there's something riding on the line. And so if you're playing with friends and there's nothing riding on the line, then it's not really poker. So, I remember when I would go play 2-4 limit with my grandmother at a local card room in the Bay Area, and I would check raise her, and it was just so awesome to check raise my grandmother. It was so much fun.
Oh my God.
It wasn't about the money. It was just, if you don't play poker to try and win, no matter who you're playing against, you're not really playing poker, in my opinion.
And real quick before I let you go, I got to ask you about the final table coming up here this week. What are your thoughts on what's going to happen here?
I'm going to plead the fifth on what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be a long final table. I think it's going to drag out a bit. I'm a little bummed that William Kassouf isn't there. I really enjoyed watching him.
Yeah.
And but other than that, I'm pretty excited. I'll be very prepped this year. Been doing a lot of work on the final table, so we'll see.
All right, sounds good. Well, Antonio, I know you got some more work to do. Thanks for stopping over. Okay. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Antonio Esfandiari doing his thing here at the World Series School of Poker. We're down here at the Rio. And, of course, so many other great players to come down here. Brian Rast, Jeff Madsen, Dutch Boyd. Should be a terrific afternoon. Maybe Ace wants to stop over here and say hi while we've got the video running. The man behind the WSOP School of Poker.
Really the man behind. I think it's the man, the front man is really
okay. You're the front man. You're in front. You're the guy. So it's all good. Ace, tell everybody a little bit about what's going on today.
Wow.
And move into that microphone just a little bit for brother.
You think I've only done like 100 of these?
I know.
Fantastic today. First time ever. We actually had have Antonio Esfandiari, and I've actually learned how to spell his name over the last month.
That's good.
You know how many times we had to put it in writing?
I have less trouble with him than I do with Daniels. I don't know why.
I can't. I just learned how to do Phil Hellmuth. Just break it down. Muth.
Yeah, that one's an easy one.
So
I'm surprised you struggle. You're getting old. But anyway, go ahead.
I'm not good with my ABCs. But anyways, we have Antonio Esfandiari today, all day, with the guest appearances by who knows who's going to show up. I know Brian's going to show up. Jeff Matson just walked in the door. Dutch is going to be coming by. We got Sam Chacon. There's a lot of people that are going to be coming by and having some fun. And it's more like a poker summit than an actual lesson, And they're just having fun. It's very casual, as you've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so relaxed. He's just such a relaxed person. I mean, that's why I can see how good he is at the table. He's just sitting here, and it's just like he's in his living room with his friends.
Yeah.
It's crazy how comfortable he is. It's like you being behind the mic. You're so comfortable after all this time. He's the way he is, out there in front of everybody else. So it's cool. I'm having fun. I'm tired. I don't sleep the last day, 2 days before this happens, getting it all together. But it's a blast.
Well, and just real quick, I know Ace, you've been going all over the country with the World Series School of Poker. I keep saying, World Series of Poker.
School of
World
Poker.
Series of Poker School of Poker.
No, WSOP School of Poker.
Yeah, that works a little better.
It's easier. That was a tough one anyways. But yeah, I've actually been out to Atlantic City promoting our school, getting our ins, because we're gonna have an in with all the Caesars properties. And I was actually out in Biloxi and other part in New Orleans, and I've been down to all the way down to Laughlin.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
There's a hotbed of poker going on down there, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to get around the country. We're getting introductions from everybody at Caesars Properties. Actually, I just had a great meeting with Jack Ethel and Greg yesterday. Me, Greg, and Brian, and talking about our future with the World Series and all things that are going on. We got some special stuff we're going to be going on with the Rio this year, starting up like a social club in the Rio Poker Room, hosted by the WSOP School of Poker, and it's going to be really fun. It's the next thing to come. So a lot of stuff coming up.
All right. Well, I know everybody's looking forward to getting back to it here, but I see Jeff Matson over there. We'll probably get to say hi to him later today, but I hope you guys check it out. Just go to, what's the website? WSOP Schoolofpoker.com. Check it out or give them a call at 855. That's 936-7653, correct? Did I get that right? It's upside down on the table over here. That's terrible. All right, guys. Thanks for checking out. We'll have more videos for you coming up as the day goes on. We'll talk to some of the great pros, and we'll keep it rolling. So, maybe. Well, I was trying to have some fun there, but end this thing. But the master of live, you never know what's going on. And, man, just one of the sexiest poker players alive.
Oh, man.
No, not really. Jeff Matson.
Mike Mattisau's here.
Jeff, good to see you. How you doing,
what's
brother?
up? Good.
So,
how's it going?
You got to see a little bit of what Antonio was doing there. What do you think?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I guess this session he's kind of doing video analysis and taking some of his own hands and looking like the different decisions. So yeah, it's. I mean, I just got here, but I watched the last couple of hands, and I like his methods. Seems like it's going good.
He's done okay. I mean, he's not a bad player.
Okay. He's done pretty good.
Yeah.
What is he? He has like 3 bracelets, a couple WPTs, whatever.
And
just
a
like
lot of
won
money.
the one drop. Just a tiny little tournament. So, yeah, I mean, he's had a great career, so he knows what he's talking about for sure.
Well, you have too. And what is it like when you come in to teach? And I know from having coached for a long time that over a long career, there's so much knowledge that you have. How do you narrow it down and try to pick a couple topics to go through in a maybe an hour or 2 hours?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's on me, but really just every individual is different. So it's kind of the first session or two, just kind of sitting down with them and really just starting to pinpoint their strengths and weaknesses. What are they saying about their game that seems like, they really need to work on their bet sizing. They don't, they're not really bluffing in the right spots. They're not 3-betting enough, whatever it is. And when I'm doing private coaching, I kind of just do hand analysis, and I'll start doing just kind of randomized hands and start seeing their tendencies, and you just go from there. Because poker, there's so much to learn. There's so many different little pockets of information to get. So, it's not like I can just look at someone and know exactly what they're going to need to know, but everything helps really in the long run. It all kind of adds up to one big just knowledge pool.
So what do you think you need to learn at this point? I mean, the game's constantly changing.
Yeah.
You can't stay doing what you were doing 2 years ago. So where are you progressing now at this point?
Yeah, I mean, the key is to know you should always be progressing. You can't, there's no ceiling where you're I'm the best now. Just working on a lot of people are now doing just solving post-flop situations and just really getting the timing of when to make certain plays and really understanding ranges, and then you're just improving at hand reading and like just physical tells. And it's really, once you get to a certain level, I mean, it just starts to get a little more of like subtleties, and like, you know, you're going with your instincts in some hands that are a little out of the box. And, you know, it's hard to say like what specifically I need to work on, but it's just every hand you play, you're learning something, I think. Or every day of poker, you win or lose, take something from it. Did I make mistakes? Did I do something well? Don't necessarily be results oriented, and kind of just see how your decision making was that each day.
So what are you going to be? What's your role here today?
Today, yeah, Ace just brought me in. I'm going to do just the second table for hand labs. We're all going to sit down and just do. You know, I'm the dealer. I'm coaching as I'm dealing the hands, and we're going to go over like concepts he's talking about. And yeah, I mean, pretty much just like a single table where after each hand I'm analyzing the hand. The hands are flipped up, and yeah, just kind of coaching everyone as we play a bit.
Well, they're very lucky to have someone like you down here as well, Jeff.
Thanks,
You're one of the
man.
best players in the world and doing it for
Thank
a long
you.
time. And
Aw,
we're looking forward to seeing
flattered.
more out of you. Come
Yeah.
on, man. It's okay. You can take a little compliment.
yeah, I'm okay. You're right. I'm the best. I'm the greatest there ever lived.
It's
All right.
on video now.
Yep.
All right.
All right,
Well,
thanks,
I'll let
dude.
you get to work. Thanks, buddy.
All right. Bye.
There you go. Jeff Madsen stopping by, everybody, as we are here once again at the Rio at the World Series of Poker School of Poker. Antonio Sfondiari is going to be getting ready to take the stage again, so we're going to have to sign off for a little bit. But we'll have more great players coming down here, more videos for you. But once again, you can go to WSOPschoolofpoker.com and check out all the great clinics coming up. And, of course, having a wonderful time down here in the Rio as we get ready for the main event to crown a new world champion for the November 9. And real quick, by the way, because we've been off the air for a little bit with the Mark Hoke show, I want to congratulate Todd Brunson and Carlos Mortensen for their election into the Hall of Fame. They were inducted last night. Way to go, guys. And we'll be back with more here from the Rio at the World Series School of Poker a little bit later on. Thanks for joining us.